Hi everyone, we have a new update coming to Diablo 4 that goes live on February 18th, next Tuesday. It is nothing really crazy, but there are some interesting details in there that I want to go through. Lately, I've been uploading a lot of Diablo 3 stuff. You might have seen that. I've been blasting the season 34 in Diablo 3. Now I'm playing some Path of Exile, so I'm actually not really involved right now with Diablo 4. But let's hope that maybe the mid-season patch also comes around soon and we're gonna get some updates about Season 8. But yeah, let's jump into this here. So for now, what you need to know is there are a lot of bug fixes in there and some other smaller fixes. So I will link this down in the description as well if you want to go through the whole thing. But there are like a few pages of, all kinds of things that they mentioned here, plus the old patch notes if you want to check those out. But the highlights of them are here. So number one is forgotten altars. A lot of people still have issues finding the right powers. They want to get their aura specialization or Breath of the Coven or something like that, and you just can't get it. So it turns out now if you have a sigil powder or if your friends have them, you can just craft sigils until you get the Nightmare Dungeon affix that they're introducing to get a guaranteed altar. So that's really cool, I think. So for people that want to power farm the level ups for their witchcraft effects, or just if you want to get the last one that you're still missing, you can now get it much more easily. Also, Ring of Mendeln is getting a fix, so it had like a bug fix here where it said like it's not benefiting from all of the bonuses that it should. I think a lot of people have been waiting for that wanted to play minion necros. I mean, right now necromancers are really powerful with the blood wave especially, and also the blood spear, for example. But of course, minions always remains like a huge archetype, and people were kind of dismayed that this didn't work. So that is seemingly fixed. Also, the pit double cost is getting fixed. So in case you weren't aware of, this was easy to miss. There was a bug with the pit that when you open the pit run, you will immediately spend 3 Artificer stones, even if you don't press accept or cancel. And then if you press accept, you will spend another 3. So actually you had to click on the obelisk and then cancel, and that would cost 3 and open the gate. So that was something that kind of like drained the stones from people really quickly if they weren't aware. And that is at least getting addressed now. So yeah, maybe you suffer from that. Tough luck, I guess you won't be getting those back, but at least now that is not happening anymore. Then there's also a mention of Decay augmentation. So that was a power that was really useful for some builds. For example, we've even seen some stuff on Spurborn pushing really high with Seeker, and a bunch of other effects like on the Sorg, for example, Fireball and Shatter, abusing some of those bugs with dot stacking and then blasting through Pit 150. So that was disabled a little while ago, and then it came back. And basically what they've done is they made it work only with witchcraft effects and not with witch powers, which is a pretty important distinction here. Basically, for example, you could convert your core skills into witch power effects, or your ultimate skills with some of the other combinations of occult gems and so on. And then they made it so that Decay augmentation only works for the like baseline witchcraft effects. So you can't, for example, boost your core skill with that anymore. You can't boost your ultimate skills with that anymore. And this is actually the intended mechanic here. So they kind of just killed this off. I heard there was something going on with Spurborn using this lately with like some pure witchcraft effect build. But that's really the only instance of this being useful that I've heard recently. So this is kind of dead. Then we also have a fix for Lacerate. I'm not 100% sure what is the functionality of this right now, but it says that you can now move while channeling the ability. So I did hear that it's relatively clunky to play, and personally I never really found much interest in trying it out in the first place. But apparently it's getting a little bit better, and they're actually saying they're considering further improvements in the future. So Lacerate is a relatively strong build right now. It's kind of eclipsed by Cataclysm on Druid, which is like the second strongest build in the entire game, I think. But it's still there and actually relatively powerful, but relatively clunky to play. So that's what I know. Maybe it's getting a bit better. And lastly, we have Twilight Warding. This is the barrier power from the witchcraft effects that is coming back. That was causing people to randomly die sometimes, especially on hardcore. That was pretty annoying. In fact, I actually used it on day 1 as well, and then I heard about that and stopped using it ever since. So it hasn't happened to me, luckily, but I heard from many other people that just randomly exploded basically from this power. So that kept happening even after they brought it back, after they disabled it already earlier in the season, and hopefully now everything is fixed. But if you're in hardcore, I would still take it with a grain of salt until we see reports of people, actually using it successfully, let's say. But yeah, this is about it for this patch. So there is more stuff in there, as I mentioned, but yeah, this is kind of like the most important notes here that I gathered from this. And for now, as I said earlier, I am not really blasting Diablo 4 too much right now. I might come back for the mid-season patch or so and see what's up. But I've done 3 different classes now, and in general, I've been kind of like working on other projects for now. So for example, Path of Exile 2, Path of Exile 1 next week. So I'm doing that stuff for now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed my update here. I'll keep you guys posted with more stuff, and see you guys next time.